Who are you in the face of fear? You see, this is a question that my coach has asked me recently, and particularly around my current journey of creating these self-development videos and documenting my journey throughout creating these videos. It's been really hitting home. It's been really hitting home because fear has been quite a companion throughout this journey. And I believe I'm officially on video 4 out of the 10 video series that I've been wanting to create. And what's different about today's video from the previous ones is that there was a large gap in time from when I was creating the video. So I didn't have the momentum of the first, second, third video. There was a gap in time and then right back into it. And what I've been noticing is a variety of ways in which fear shows up. First, I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of the fears. And that's actually a really good thing. I hope I always maintain the fears because it means I'm not completely crazy. So it's always going to be there, but the fear's influence on me is going to decrease over time. And so what the fear is going to realize is that with or without it, I'm going to make these videos because I have committed to it. And so as it tries its many different ways of stopping me from doing this particular task, it's going to finally just start to realize that it doesn't matter what I do to him, he's just going to do it anyway. So it's going to be a lot less interested in bombarding my mind and my entire body with fear. So some of the ways in which I let fear really come in and take over is not, it's not the same response that I get, if I were to encounter like a live bear out in the woods, or if I were to go skydiving or something like that. Like, it's not that giant jolt, the giant rush of fear. You're like, oh my God, there's adrenaline, and there's fight or flight, let's go. It's a lot more of a subtler form of that. And that is, one is to just seek comfort. And so the first thing my mind likes to do is to find other things that I have done recently or things that I like to engage in, and then just bring that to the forefront of my mind of being like, hey, this is a lot cooler. You should do this instead. You should stay comfortable. Don't push your boundaries. Don't push your comfort zone. Like, why would you do that? This is safe. And so it starts to bring those opportunities my way, when in fact, those are just masked opportunities. I think those are actually masked ways of keeping me stuck. The other way in which it does it is that I start to lose sight of my commitment to these videos. I have committed to creating these videos, and I'm currently in the process of creating them. But very often, it's trying to kick that out of the forefront of my mind and trying to push that outside and just completely forget about this commitment because of the fears that are coming up, because of the discomfort that I'm feeling as I start to create these videos. And the third one in which it likes to do that is that, my favorite is that I find myself saying, I don't feel like making these videos. I just don't feel like it. I can't explain it. I just don't feel like it. And I feel that statement alone is able to just blanket, and I can toss in all kinds of different variations of fear in there, and I could just blanket it over of like, I don't really feel like it. When internally there's like a fear of rejection, there's a fear of creating the videos and what I look like, and blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden it's like, I just don't feel like it. So I have the seeking comfort, the forgetting about the commitment and the alignment that I've created, and then lastly is the not feeling it right now. And normally, when I would allow this to happen and take over my body, and I would just be in an unconscious, instinctual kind of pattern of being, and I would just go through the regular motions that I normally go through, I would then forget about this entire thing happening, or I would lose interest in remembering this kind of event. It would just be something of the past. And in doing so, I could then go in and engage in another thing, and then completely forget about these negative kind of feelings of like regret of not doing what I said I would do, of like, I don't feel good about not actually doing this when I know it'll really benefit me. So instead of facing that, it then portrays another area. It's like, hey, go focus on this. And then eventually I focus on that. And then as long as it stays within a specific level, fear levels are great. But the moment you start to step out of it and push that comfort zone, they start to get amplified again. And so what I found has really helped me as I continue to come back to this, and I'm literally documenting the fears, and I'm talking about what's happening and how it's engaging with me. The first step has really been to bring awareness, and specifically the awareness of how that fear is impacting me and what it's costing me. And so internally, like, I feel like crap when I let that fear come over, and I kind of go through the motions, and I go back to my old state of being, and I know I was committed to this, and I know I got to do that. I feel very agitated. I feel frustrated, and I feel like overall I feel like crap. And by looking at by just even realizing that, just even bringing that level of awareness to what the impact of it is, I found it to be very helpful, very, very helpful in helping me to take that actual step, realigning, recommitting to what I said I'd do, and retaking that action of going down that way. You see, there's two actions that I see. I could take action that's corresponds to what I'm committed to, or I can take action to that is fueled by fear. And it's just a continuation of like a moment-to-moment basis, or I could just really pick these two things. Is this in alignment with myself, or is it not? Is it or is it not? And unconsciously, I realized that, especially around this area, I have been gravitating towards the nots most of the time than the actual alignments and the commitments. And so it's been fascinating on that. So we got the awareness part. Second part has been to really to realize that when I do take the action, despite all of this resistance, despite all of these compulsions to do anything else, when I do take that action, is to really take the time to acknowledge that action, is to take time to say, yeah, I did do that. Despite all that fear, I did take that, and I'm freaking proud of myself. I love the fact that I did that. This is awesome. And I'm truly grateful to have had the confidence, to have had taken the actions that I wanted to take. It's just an awesome feeling. And in doing so, I find I have more alignment of trust within myself. There is a more feeling of that, just knowing that, hey, no matter what happens, I can actually do this. No matter what. And I'm not going to die, or I'm not going to get really hurt or anything like that. The other aspect of it is that once I've actually gotten this little bit of a nugget of success, I'm now more likely to get that second nugget and that third nugget, and continue to get those nuggets to the point where it's very easily accessible. And so with that, I conclude this video. And what we covered in the video has been just the variety of more subtler ways of how fear really has influenced me, and how it's kept me stuck to where I am. And that was seeking comfort, that was forgetting about the alignment with myself and what I've committed to being, and that was the not feeling like doing something. And what I found is that just by bringing awareness to that pattern and to that way of being is very effective in actually removing that power from the fear and allowing you to take the action that you're looking to take. And then from there, when you actually do take the action, what really helps is that to really acknowledge that action that you've been taking it, like, hey, this has been awesome. I took this action. This was absolutely amazing. I'm finding tremendous success now. Or not tremendous success. This has just been such a huge milestone, a huge step for me. It's awesome. And then realizing that now that I have experienced it once, I'm going to want to experiencing it over and over and over again. So yeah, we'll see from there.